What is going on there, citizens of the Reject Nation? Greg and John here today. John, how are you?
I'm great. How are you, sir?
Good. I'm looking forward to this. If you guys didn't catch our reaction to the first episode that is up here on the channel, we loved it. It was, I just keep saying, it was refreshing. It was so good. Such a good first episode. My God.
Did not expect to have so much to say.
Yeah, that was so good. Anyway, we're going to watch episode 2 right now. Leave a like. That'd be very much appreciated. Also, subscribe and click that notification bell to get notified when a reaction for the third episode is up. And full-length reaction watch-alongs where you sync up with your own copy for Andor. Available for Super Sexy Rejects at our Patreon page. Additionally, we cover several shows where the same tier, reaction highlights and watch-alongs included for shows that we cover exclusively over there. And Team of Prepper, thank you for helping us edit down these highlights. Let's get to it.
Wow.
That is striking.
Big old saw.
Saw Gerrera?
Oh, he'll be here at some point. Hey, got some money.
Why don't we do something fun tomorrow night?
There's our plan. Lock up the back, I'll take care of all this.
Thank you.
You're not edgy enough for her.
Who else knows
About what?
that you were born in Canary?
You don't want to hear what happened?
We'll get to that. But who knows? Who have we told?
I don't know.
We have always said Fest. Every doc I've ever submitted has always said you were born on Fest. Have you ever said anything other than Fest?
Officially, no. I don't think so. But people, yes.
Who?
And so do you.
Well, how many?
I don't know. It's not something I've been keeping track of.
When everyone I've told is dead. And who told these primo bastards about Canary?
That would be me.
Nix is looking for you.
What?
Well, why would you do that?
When? Just now?
Tell me.
Comms failed. Your comms.
Where is she?
How did that
Come on.
come up? Oh, just forget that. What
she
do they
still
want
in the
from
yard?
you? What do they want?
Wait!
They were shaking me down. I wasn't looking for a fight. Listen, forget what I said this morning. I'll tell you the piece.
Well, how stressed out he is.
I know. Desperate.
It's too late to call him off. He'll be here in the morning.
I won't forget this.
Oh, no.
God, you're the worst. Are you the main villain of the show?
He's soon to be.
So he knows he's from Canary?
Perhaps. Or maybe he put together that because she was looking at that and then immediately talking to him.
He's beautiful.
I must have him. Oh.
You all right?
I am now.
Everyone's so human.
I know.
I don't know. I'm so surprised by
A
this
little
show.
interplay of nuances is great.
Yeah. Like I'm watching a slow burn drama.
Intimate Star Wars story.
I love it.
The thought of anything less than full engagement on a case like this
Unconscionable, sir. Dereliction of duty at the minimum.
would be, wouldn't it?
I've seen it, sir. Half measures. The take it slow, the wait and see. It's a plague on discipline. I've been saying all along we need a stronger hand with these affiliated planets. Corporate tactical forces are the Empire's first line of defense, and the best way to keep the blade sharp is to use it. So,
I don't know about this guy.
Keep an eye on that one.
Yeah, he would harm people. Pray. So nervous about that flashback. What happened?
Yeah, something horrible awaits. I like that his walking stick looks like a replica lightsaber.
Lightsaber, right? Yeah.
Tell me you have calf.
Just about to put it on.
Star Wars coffee?
Can you open up the yard for me this morning?
Sure.
Dang. Star Wars intimacy.
What's up this morning?
Just got a few errands to run. Won't be long.
Totally feels like a little guilty about it too.
You have credits for Marva. You need to tell me where you're hiding them.
Because we don't want someone else to find Marva's credits, do we?
I agree. You should stay.
Oh.
You need to get back. She's gonna wonder where you are. Come on. Go!
Such an endearing droid.
Look at his skin, man.
Yeah.
Whoa! God damn, 50 Cent. Go down. Holy God. Just killed this kid on second episode. What's going on here?
Jesus.
I'm looking up Canary. Canary, mid-rim. Abandoned after Imperial mining disaster. Abandoned and considered toxic. Imperial prohibition. No, there's no reward. Corporate enforcement are looking for someone. You know anybody from Canary? What can I do for you? What would we be picking up?
Give me the price for not knowing.
Weight? Explosive?
No.
Does it talk?
Give me a number, Sam.
900.
A real number.
You want immediacy and discretion. That's an expensive combo.
I got 500.
Well, you should plan more carefully.
Okay, let's split the difference.
It's your choice. You want to go today and have me keep my mouth shut? 7's my floor.
Okay, if it's 7, you better be ready in an hour. Keep the engine running.
Will you let it go?
Cassian Andor. Not a recent image, but the best we've got. He may not appear to be a formidable opponent, but 2 of our men are dead having made that mistake. We will have the element of surprise, but there should be no illusions as to the risks involved. There may be some local residents who are less than enthused with our presence. You may remind them that there's a territorial forum once a month where they are free to make official complaints.
Leave it in the comment box.
All your son.
That's crazy. He's just trying to do the right thing.
I know.
And just realized Andor just did what he had to do.
There comes a time when the risk of doing nothing becomes the greatest risk of all. One of those decisive moments, and I can't imagine a team I'd rather share it with than all of you. There's no room for doubt on the path to success.
Oh, poor guy.
Best of luck to us all.
It's just a job for all.
What a contrast. Please clap.
Mate, I'm in propulsion. We do add-ons and boosters.
Oh, nice.
You know what they say? If you can't find it here, it's not worth finding.
It even works like a real flight.
Yeah.
Slats. So cool.
Tones.
Damn. Toby Haynes.
Ooh, boy.
Toby Haynes. Man, oh man.
Toblerone.
Wow. Good show, man.
Absolutely.
I feel like we gotta.
Is she in Morbius?
I think
she's in Morbius. It's Morbius time. She's good at Morbius. She's good at Morbius. I've been trying to place it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the first question we'll ask her.
Is it Morbin time? And then she'll have the same answer. What is that? What are you talking about? Oh my god.
We gotta get her to say it just once.
Can you say this for our
He
fan
is?
base?
Oh, National Theater. I got fooled. I was like, it is National Treasure.
No, he's not Justin Bartha or whatever.
That's who that is.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen any of this guy's work.
Yeah, he just looks like he's that guy.
He has that face.
Yeah.
An old white male face.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah. This is fascinating stuff. So it's not his actual mom, right? Who is she?
I get the sense that it's probably like once he was
They
displaced
fled.
from yeah. It's like whoever took him in after that. She's doing a great job too. Like they have that one scene together, but even the times where you just cut to her and it's mostly just physical performance, like she's got so much presence too.
You see, like there are shows I watch on my own time that I don't bother to do reactions to. That I love. Like Better Call Saul's my favorite show of the year so far. And I'm normally just really quiet. It's a slow burn character drama.
Yeah, it's supposed to draw you in.
Westworld, same thing. Obviously bigger and cooler because it's Westworld. But I have the same kind of thing. And then I find myself with this doing that. And I'm like, oh yeah, I should probably let people know like how I'm sort of feeling right now. Because
that's the conundrum of a truly gripping show.
Slow burn show is like, oh yeah, big part. What I always tell people is if they're new to filming with us is like, whatever you're feeling internally, just let it show. Let this be the platform where you get to express yourself and express what you're feeling internally. Literally, just express it. And I find myself just so encrypted that I'm like, oh yeah. It's probably like say something.
Oh wait, snap out of it. You're on camera, bud. This is the show.
Yeah, this is great. I'm so into it. It is like the kind of show I just watch on my own time and just sort of absorb myself into because I like this kind of sci-fi dread of something that just feels like it's not like Star Wars is. You know what it is? The best way I can describe how I've been experiencing the show so far. Star Wars has always felt like a galaxy far, far away. This does not feel that far away.
No,
this feels like the future we could possibly get to one day.
Yeah, while still maintaining those trappings of feeling like the histories of a lost time or something like that. But way less distant somehow.
Yeah.
I guess, It's like it's just as fantastical, and it has all that flourish of set design and costume design, all that sort of stuff. But it feels much closer thematically and emotionally to home.
Aesthetically closer to home in a lot of ways too, because I think the characters are so. Because even like the obsessed boyfriend or whatever the hell this guy is, even their relationship, something like that, which I thought this guy was going to be, here we go, pompous, annoying, nosy asshole who she can't tell is a freaking douchebag.
Look right in front of you.
Yeah. I thought that, but even him, you could tell he's in conflict over the decision he's made.
Oh, yeah. Well, when she comes to the door, it's such a great moment. And when they part, too, because you could tell they're both not saying how they're feeling. And with him, it's like as much as that moment passes where he's like, oh, yeah, I'm turning it in or I'm taking a move on this. Once he sees her, it's so wonderfully acted because, like his demeanor changes and you can tell like he's just jealous in a way and feels inadequate and feels overlooked, and he just has eyes for her.
I mean, even if we're wrong about that, that's part of the greatness of, I think, the visual language of the directing is you can interpret it, you know, because when he is just watching her in the morning, he's like, he obviously really has feelings for this woman, yet he's you could tell he's feels bad about the decision because this is someone Andor he doesn't care about, but she cares about him. And he cares about her, you know?
Yeah.
And I like that they're actually, again, like I've talked about in the last episode, they paint that gray quality with the character. Like this, I heard about it in the promotions leading up to it. Like, yeah, you know, a lot of this feels like really imbued in character. Everything's character driven in this show. And I feel like I've heard that so many times, and it's just doesn't feel that way.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this show is so character driven in the subtlest ways. Even, you know, the surrogate mother. Oh, I'm assuming surrogate mother.
What is that actress's name? Yeah, she's in the Harry Potter movies.
So
and
familiar.
Stuff. Yeah, she's been in tons and tons of British everything.
Like, I love the real world sternness of their conversation and how he's trying to. Like, what I'm loving about what Diego Luna is doing in every scene is you could always feel his prior moment before entering the scene he's in.
Yeah,
just
totally.
Like, fucking dealing with this. Hey, how's it going?
I'm just gonna watch that.
Like, every scene is just he has to be like,
okay?
I'm in a good mood, and I'm only honest with my robot when he's pissing me off because I'm trying to get shit done. You know?
Yeah, no, it's so real, and it's perfectly lived in for this out of the box universe. You know, like it's as fantastical as it is so very, very identifiable in the demeanors of everybody. And she's credited as Marva Andor, so he must have taken on her name, I would guess. But
there's so much
Fiona
going,
Shaw,
so much going on underneath. Oh, so it must be, I don't know, maybe they are. There's just so much always going on underneath the surface of these characters. Like Cassian, like he enters that bar before. You know, we have their names here, don't we? Yeah. God damn it, Bix. Before Bix confronts him about what's been put out by corporate, again he walks in. He's like, I've never been here before, but I just love how you can feel all that stress underneath her when he's talking to that Sam character about getting that ship, and how he chooses to like one thing I hate and one of the most cliche things I hate in all movies and shows is when a character is obviously lying or obviously covering up.
Yes.
You know, and the way they chose to capture moments where he's listening, you could tell they're talking about Canary, but then when he responds, like the responses he gives just feel so human. It's so real in the cover up of how he goes about handling it. And you could still feel like the feelings of worrying, being caught, and fear, but also the triggers of his like the past that's been buried.
Oh yeah,
coming up to get to haunt him, and he's a fugitive right now, and he's trying to just get out of there without letting on that he's like anxious and like completely on edge about this whole thing.
Because you can see him in that moment be like sort of caught off guard, but yeah, he like chuckles and he's like, "What is that? I've never heard of that." And it's so like if you know what's going on under the surface, you can see what he's doing. But it's believable enough and subtle enough that if this character doesn't know, he's just like, "Yeah, he hasn't heard of it either." What do you expect?
And I like the stress and I like the combination of like stress and care, like with Marva Andor, with that first scene they have together, how. You know, you could just tell that tension because so many characters are so disapproving of Cassian Andor. You know, and she obviously loves him and wants to look out for him, but it's like when he walks through that door, you just feel the history. Again, that's something that I keep saying with this is the history with these characters. You can feel all that history of, God damn it, Cassian's done messed up again.
Yeah.
I keep having to protect
He's
his
not
ass.
giving me the whole truth, then I'm going to have to clean this up or it's going to come to my doorstep in some way, shape, or form.
But then the fond memory is when they're picking up, when she walks into his room to, you know, what looks like to scold him and then is caught off guard by reminiscing on items from, not Corellia, Corellia's the other character, the Canary.
Yeah.
Really is Han Solo. So yeah, when she picks up those items, like it's like a character study, but it doesn't ever feel like it slows down to be a character study.
Well, no, it's not that thing of going into, say, Obi-Wan, you expected, like, oh, this is going to be a character.
This is what I wanted Obi-Wan to do.
It exactly is.
Yeah.
And the thing is, Obi-Wan, part of the frustrating thing is it would occasionally take moments to have character-driven scenes that were very effective. But this feels like character-driven just is the mode that it exists.
They should remake Obi-Wan with
Tony Gilroy
and Toby Kebbell. What's his fucking name?
Toby Haynes.
Toby Haynes.
Which that's a name I recognize too from I don't know if that's like a big
No, this is one of those shows where I'm like, who's this?
Who is everybody? Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, it's done some Sherlock. That's probably why I know
wanted to
his
see
name.
what they've done before. This is good. This is good stuff.
Oh, and he did the USS Callister Black Mirror episode.
Okay. Oh, fun in the Star Trek riff one. Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, like there's just it's that. It's like those scenes with Marva, like you cut back to her a couple times, and they could feel in a show that wasn't as character driven as this is, those would feel random and sort of like, oh, why do we cut back to her? But like even in the way they're paced in, you can tell that they're deliberate and they're going to be revealing. And they also just, I don't know, there's something about the way they've hewn the acting, the writing, all the designs and everything to a point where, even in a little quiet scene that's just a little vignette on its own, you're still drawn in and you're still kind of fascinated by everything. And I mean, it's a testament to the show's goodwill. It's got to sustain this over 12 episodes, but thus far it just feels like the sensibility it's coming from is a thoughtful one. And I love too the journey so far for what is his name? The Kyle Solar character, the guy who's heading up this investigation of Cassian Andor and who is like so in over his head. And the way in the first episode you watch as Syril. Yeah, you watch in the first episode as like like you said, he's just trying to kind of do the right thing and not overlook a real situation that should, be explored and have its consequences. And you've got that like overhead guy in the first episode who's just like really business as usual and so dismissive. And now he's got this other guy who is like so gung-ho and so has such gusto about just like iron fisting, kind of cracking down.
I feel like it's going to slowly become like a parallel for police brutality in a way.
Well, I feel like it could. Yeah, it's like this guy who just wants to see justice done and to see something not swept under the rug, and who might find himself in a situation where it's like, whoa, we are proceeding with way too much, way too much firepower or way too much aggression at the outset, because that's
who it seems like the guy who's the one who's like overly encouraging and overly supportive.
And those are always really scary characters, I feel like, because it's like the way
he's a soldier, that guy.
And the way, it's like Syril's speech is so awkward and so does not land. And it's him, he's the one guy who comes up and he's like, no, you did a great job, great words, and you can tell that that's the guy who like is vehemently, passionately in your corner now, but you deviate, you get out of his good grace at any point, and I bet that'll be a big nightmare of a situation. And so it's like, even though they are technically on the same side, and even though they are both opposition to Andor, it's like, I feel like things are going to get worse, and this guy's going to get in over his head, and maybe that could put them on a similar path ultimately,
Yeah, this is really impressive.
Yeah.
And with the Bix character, we don't really know much about who she is, but she's so good to like. I like watching her.
She's got a lot of life.
I want to know more about who she is, and you get that impression that because she's obviously, unlike Andor, respected. Like people have respect for her.
Yeah.
And I like that the relationship they draw with her and Andor, while there's that jealousy with the one guy, it seems like they're actually just real, like just friends.
Yeah.
Like they're not. I don't get the romantic inkling. With at least I don't pick up on that vibe. Other than the fact they're both attractive human beings, I don't pick up on the vibe that they are. Even the way he teases her about who in the first episode about them about who she's banging. She's not. He doesn't. There was no hint in that scene of jealousy or something like that.
Yeah.
And you get the impression that she's someone who's like a support for Andor and a sympathetic support for Andor. Like when everyone's always looked down on him, she's always trying to help him out.
She seems like a real friend, even if they don't always get along.
And I don't like the show hasn't told us that. That's part of the strength of the show. That's the vibe you get.
Yeah, well, and hats off to her, because especially in the day and age we live in now, I feel like there could have been a version of this where it would have been maybe hard to sell, but like that first scene you meet her in the first episode when she's working on those engines, and you meet her in her element, I'm like, I totally believe that this is this character's like very conventionally pretty attractive actress stepping into this kind of role can sometimes be, especially in this universe, for some people a tall order. But again, it's a testament to just good storytelling and good character work and a good actor that, like she 1,000% feels natural in kind of every situation thus far that they have drawn her in. And I love that you get what to me seems like one of the first sort of instances of like just like an intimate relationship, like when it's the morning after and she's like sitting on the bed and getting dressed and something like that. It's such a simple little thing and it's such a simple detail and it contributes to the rest of the scene. But it's stuff like that where I'm like, I'm not used to being in this setting and flavor in a Star Wars show. And it's that stuff that really draws you in, I think, to these characters that much more and makes it work despite not having the info dumps worth of backstory yet,
What about when Rey took off her bikini at the pool to distract the guards?
Hey, both, yeah, totally. And then they clunked their heads together.
And then one fell in the pool doing the Wilhelm scream.
Yeah, no, totally. And then Rose Tico does the bend and snap to get Finn to stop flying. Yeah, totally. So much sex appeal across the Star Wars franchise.
Yeah. I mean, first she got to be a doctor alongside Michael Morbius.
We'll eventually see Mon Mothma's origins as a stripper. It'll be good.
All right, guys. Well, we got another one to go through, but thank you for being here. Everett Pixelmite Baker, we have looked up your name on Urban Dictionary. That way John doesn't do another pixel-related shout-out. Here we go. He's the kind of guy you'll say no to and regret it.
Oh, no.
And yet, for some reason, he's to one who sticks around long enough until you're ready for him.
Interesting.
Kind of like accepting pixels into your heart. He's kind, thoughtful, and compassionate with the people he's close to. But everyone else, he's a total ass.
Those are mighty virtues.
He's shy when you first meet him and reserved sometimes when he opens up to you. That's how you know you're special.
Oh,
validating people. He's a best friend and a boyfriend all rolled into one friend. That is incredible.
That's right, babe.
I've always want my lover to feel like
call
that.
Me back.
He's hilarious and loves puns almost as much as he loves hydration. He might have actually really enjoyed all those pixel shout-outs you've done.
Oh, no.
While drinking water.
Hey. Well, I'm wet right now just thinking about it.
Don't let him go because he's worth keeping around. Well, you better not leave. The only way we're letting you go is if you choose to leave. But by that point, I hope you open up to us long enough.
Yeah. You'll stick around. It's in the definition.
Everett.
Love you.
We should have done a pixel-related shout-out. Okay. Because this is too accurate of a definition of who you are, my friend.